plebeians, and welcome to your Friday night edition of RCM on Tap, your 60-ish minute roundtable discussion show where we go behind the scenes of RivalCast media and learn all about the wonderful people that, put together the quality programming that you look forward to each and every week. We also get to talk to Bio and Killer, and this week we also get to talk to Porkchop. Yay!
Porkchop's is bigger than mine, apparently.
We're talking cups, hopefully.
I'm just trying to figure out how.
Cups.
I'm just trying to figure out how Baroness can do the intro with a straight face when she says "wonderful people."
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
Should be a wonderful person. You're right.
Well played, sir. Well played.
I have a soft spot in my heart for you assholes. What can I say? So Porkchop.
That's me.
Hello. Welcome
Hello.
back. It's been a while since you've got to be on the show. The last time was for Porksgiving all the way back in November, where we
It was
got to
the
share.
glorious day.
It was a
It
glorious
was.
day. It was a glorious day.
What did your wife think about the idea that Thanksgiving is now Porksgiving, or at least
I didn't
preempted by Porksgiving?
I didn't tell her those things.
What? You chickened out, didn't you?
She just knew that you made a delicious appetizer thing that you guys devoured before the show.
She would have just put me in my place and go,
Oh.
I didn't want my heart broken.
Aw.
So what I'm hearing is Porkchop needed to go to a safe space after Porksgiving.
No, I just didn't talk to my
My
wife.
friends on the internet
Wow.
think I'm cool.
Yeah, because the internet really matters.
Of course.
Killer.
She's basically yelling at me right now.
It's
Typical.
like, I didn't tell you could use the internet.
That's exactly what she said. You have 5 minutes.
Oh, make this episode quick.
This is going to be a very interesting... We'll end up going back to that idea that you had earlier where, since this is pre-recorded, we could pull this off. We just keep looping the same footage of you over and over. So I guess we have to record some pretty basic
nodding.
answers.
Just keep nodding.
Yeah, just keep nodding. Yeah,
And pause.
yeah, that sounds good. I like that. We'll just splice it in at the appropriate moments. Oh God!
It'll work.
It'll
Oh,
work.
God.
Like I said, and then you just get, Al Pacino in the back,
Hmm.
put his voice over my faces. It'll work. Nobody would know the difference.
No one at all.
Glorious.
Best episode ever.
So
Speaking of episode, you're working on a podcast, are you not? Or is it like 2 podcasts?
Well, I'm working on 3 because we're talking about this one too, right?
Right, well, no, I'm
Point.
talking about new
I
ones.
didn't see
I'm talking about
Yes,
new ones.
well, I just have one new one.
Okay,
so-
just one new one.
Yeah, I still am on far field. Recording tonight. After this.
Well,
And then, yes.
no,
and then I just started
remember,
another
this is a pre-record, so this will air on the...
This is totally March 18th.
Yeah.
It totally
March-
and completely
Totally
is.
serial.
It is my birthday eve, plebeians. I am so excited. That's why we had to pre-record this, is because I wouldn't be coherent right now otherwise.
Thank you for
You know
covering
what?
I
wanna
kid,
be
I
on that
kid.
I want to be on that episode.
Watch Baroness get toasted.
I should have baked myself a cake for this. Now that I think about it, it's like, what was I thinking?
She could have been brown bagging it again.
Oh, screw you, Bio. I did that for you once, okay? Because I knew no one else would get that joke.
Anyway, your podcast, this new podcast you're doing.
Yes, tell us about it.
Oh, what about it? Oh, first of all, it has a name.
What's its name?
Oh, yeah. The name is Gears and Beers. And it's just basically, I drink beer and talk about NASCAR with other people. That's basically what it is.
Okay.
So
This could be a
who's...
sensation.
I think it should be. Who's your driver? I mean, everybody has like their main guy. Who do you follow?
In fact, I follow Kyle Larson, number 42.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and I'll put that on side. And the reason I follow him is my wife's cousin actually works for Ganassi Racing. So he's an engineer over there. So.
Okay.
Wait, Twitch rules, your son, he's naked! Get his shirt back on!
YouTube was going to get us somehow, right?
I wasn't sure.
You know,
I wasn't
YouTube doesn't
sure
need
how
a
that-
reason to. It's YouTube. They're just gonna find
It
a
is
way.
what it is.
Do what they're gonna do.
Every episode killer has to like edit severely post-production. It's gonna be like a
And he
little
wasn't
duck
naked,
waddling in the
he's
background.
underwear.
Yeah, he's good.
He's fine.
Uh,
Just messing.
But yes, no. So my my wife's cousin works for them, so obviously I follow that team. As a
Yeah.
Sure,
you
yeah.
know, family there. I don't have a racer that I hate. There are a few that I don't like very much, so it's pretty easy just for me to follow the sport. I'm happy when a lot of people do good. Let's just put it that way.
Are there like personalities? Is there like one who everyone's just like he's the douchiest driver in all of NASCAR?
It's
Or
Joey
she,
Logano.
You've been called
Right off
out,
the bat.
sir.
No, Danica Patrick she's not like that. She just crashes a lot. Has trouble finishing races. So
I mentioned her to someone before because she was big, on doing the GoDaddy commercials for a while because he's a big sponsor of hers, and I think she switched sponsors or something like that.
Nature's Harvest, no, or Nature's
Something like that.
It's
yeah.
a health food chain.
I've not
thing.
seen her on anything, so it's like, she still race or what?
Yeah, she does. She's still with Stuart Haas Racing. She's racing the same car. It's just that, like I said, GoDaddy's not her sponsor.
Gotcha.
GoDaddy actually is just phasing back from all racing stuff. So it's not just like they love her or whatever. They're phasing.
Oh, I didn't know they
out.
did other stuff too. Yeah. Interesting.
Christ.
Yeah.
So, NHRA is big out there. That's drag racing, things like that. So there's a lot more than just
NASCAR.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's all I care
Right.
about. But
right.
there are
Anyone can
reasons
drive in
people
a straight
tell me.
line.
Exactly.
It takes some skill to actually
pedal
turn left.
to floor.
Hey, at 200 mile an hour sliding.
No. I remember Top Gear, the UK Top Gear.
Mhm.
They actually kind of did a segment on
Oh,
NASCAR.
the good one then.
Yeah, the good one before they all left. Anyway,
Which they've started their own, haven't they? Like on
they're
Amazon
going
Prime
to.
or something.
Yeah, they're going to. If I remember
It's like,
correctly.
whoa, that's interesting. Amazon's going to be doing basically old Top Gear. Except doing
Yeah.
Amazon.
Pretty much, they know what.
Yeah, because everybody left for it.
Yeah, everyone. So anyway, they talked. I forgot which one of the hosts. I think it was the short one.
The one who actually used to be a driver.
Was he?
Crap. I know who.
Anyway, they did a segment, and they actually talked about the controls wise, the wheel is constantly trying to take you off left. It's not trying to drive straight. You're literally
May?
fighting the wheel.
James May?
No, that's the guy with the crazy hair.
Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
It's-
Sorry.
Anyway, no. So literally, they're not trying. They're just straight, then turn left. They're literally trying to control the car going 200 miles an hour.
And then they're shifting while they're doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
so
But no, it's
Right.
actual. And they're like, sometimes I think they're over during the turns. They're over a couple of G's on the turn.
Oh, probably. And now this year they've changed. I know you don't care. Sorry, people.
No.
They've changed the rules package for what the aerodynamics package is. So
Mhm.
the rear spoiler is smaller, less angle.
Okay.
Okay.
The front splitter is lower, and then there's a pan underneath the radiator and everything, and that's wider. And everything that does is stop downforce, and downforce is what makes you stick to the road. So they
Oh,
just cut
wow. So they're
downforce
even
out
more-
a lot. So and the reason is so there's this thing called drafting and side drafting. So when you're beside a car, you get right next to the rear tire, and it basically can like slow them down and pull you forward.
Mhm.
And that was basically the only way you could pass in the last couple of years. Not anymore.
Huh.
So, because you're just flying around the track and
Yeah.
sliding all the time now. So, it's a lot more exciting for me.
Yeah. But screw the drivers. If it
So
makes it
see-
more dangerous, screw them.
You know what though? They have these safer barriers all along.
I know,
Cars
I
have
know.
these cages. They're actually really good and they've stepped up everything the last couple of years with safety. So,
yeah, especially
Been pretty
after Dale Earnhardt. After what
Yeah.
happened with him, it's just like, oh, that was huge when that happened. Because even I heard, like, I think I heard the day of, like people
Mhm.
running out, like, oh, this happened in the race.
yeah, that
It's
was
just like,
it was
whoa.
that was huge when that happened. So,
Mm.
he
So
was the face of NASCAR at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So I'm seeing Top Gear apparently has more
Yep.
drama.
Oh, yeah, 'cause I know they got new hosts.
Well, their executive producer left after falling out with one of the new hosts, who she called a control freak.
I know what's his name. Joey is on it or something.
Chris Evans' tyrannical behavior caused Top Gear producer to quit the show.
This is amazing.
I don't know any of these people, but I just go, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, do I have tyrannical behavior?
No! None whatsoever! No!
I plead the fifth.
Hey. On RivalCast, yeah. We don't have
There's
the
no
Bill
Fifth Amendment.
There's no Fifth Amendment.
There's no Bill of Rights in RivalCast yet.
There's only Varyar's rules, which are enforced by Baroness.
And there's Warriors rules, and then there's Zool.
There's
Zool.
There is no Varyar, there is only Zool.
I was afraid to answer because my wife was behind me and she could have hit me. That's basically it, yes.
Yeah, what you don't know, she's got a little earpiece hooked up to the
Probably.
computers. He hears everything we say to you.
Probably. And I
Or
wouldn't
bad
know anything.
influence.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all. That's part of the problem. Part of the reason I get hit a lot. I have to use makeup for the bruise.
Oh, you poor thing.
Oh.
Shut up and get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich.
Right.
Porkchop's making this.
So now you definitely don't know my wife. I know that for sure. She's a cook.
Oh.
Like, there's not enough Japanese mayo on this. Well, bam!
Not eating any of that.
You
I don't like mayo.
don't like mayo?
No.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
You don't like mayo.
I don't like mayo or
I
apples.
like it on only certain
Or
stuff.
apples?
Only certain stuff.
Yeah, they're terrible.
What?
Well, if you put, like, mayo on the apples, that would just be an amalgamation of all the things that are wrong in your world.
So you mean my wife's favorite dish?
Oh!
Better known as Watergate salad.
Oh my.
That'd be incredible, though, if she were in the background, like, with a knife, smearing mayo on an apple right when that happened.
No, she's not that big of a mayo fan. You gotta make sugar with it, you know what I mean, for her to eat it.
Gotcha.
Yes, Watergate salad, her family's favorite thing.
I keep hearing, like, Japanese mayonnaise is different. Like, it uses different vinegar. Like, it uses a rice vinegar instead of
It's got
distilled and all.
I would say it's like an in-between Miracle Whip and a mayo.
Gotcha.
Huh, it's a little bit
I'd be okay-
sweeter.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Not that I'm a mayonnaise connoisseur, but you know what I mean. I've had it. I mean, I can eat things with mayonnaise in it. I can actually take a spoonful of mayonnaise and eat it. It's not that
I
good.
could not do
Throw
that.
up.
I could
I'm not
not
gonna
do
throw up.
I
but
did
just
that
don't
yesterday.
You
Why?
Because I was making
Why not?
tuna salad, and it always has like that little bit at the end, and why not?
Okay.
She had the knife and she was spreading it on her tongue like bread.
No, it was. I had the little spoon, and I scooped it out of the. I hate you guys so much.
No,
I don't know why I did this.
Wait,
I
just had a
imagine she's... Well, no, go kill her.
No, I was gonna say I have a mental image. It's like, probably a good thing it's not dye red because all I can see is Baron walking in, and she's just looking at a knife. It's all red. It's like, so good. Baron just looks, turns right back around, and walks outside the house. It's like, I'm getting out of here.
That was like the day that we were still in the apartments at that point, and I was baking the muffins for Christmas breakfast, and I kind of went a little overboard. And so he came in from work, he opens the door, and literally, like, because we only had like the little kitchenette, this little tiny thing. So I had towels over every surface in the house and every
Muffin
table
all the things.
and everything. Seriously, he walks in, he takes a look around, and every surface is covered with various muffins. And I'm in the kitchen, like, there's batter in my hair, there's, flour all over my apron, and I'm, like, crazed. I, like, have this tray of muffins, like, where am I going to put these muffins? And he just slowly backs out and left again. I don't know where he went. He was gone for a while.
He went around the block a bit.
The look on his face, though, he's like, I just cannot deal with this right now.
Does Baron like muffins?
He does. He likes,
Okay, 'cause did he like grab one on the way out? Like, on the
no,
side?
he didn't. He wanted nothing to do with the muffin madness. He's like looking around, and when he did come back, he's like, who did you make all of these muffins for? I'm like, well, he's like, there's only like X amount of people going to be at breakfast. I said, but I don't know what kind of muffins they like. Should I make this other kind? He said, no.
He should have been like, you missed a spot.
I had like, I don't even know how many dozen muffins. It was insane. There were like 5 different flavors. I mean, dozens upon dozens of muffins.
Are you sure you weren't celebrating Hanukkah? It was like the muffin miracle. Like, they lasted 8 nights.
Hanukkah, they lasted more than 8 nights. I hate to break it to you. We were sending boxes home with everyone who showed up to his mother's house for Christmas morning. People were eating those muffins well into February, okay?
Jesus Christ.
There were so goddamn many of them.
That's when I would probably come in and go, do you know the Muffin Man?
I don't know the Muffin Man. I know his
Muffin
wife.
Man.
He's crazier than he is.
Oh my. I went a little overboard there.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's better to have too many muffins than not
That's
enough.
a very good point. That's a good point.
Exactly.
And as long as they're all eaten, it's all good.
Well, I mean, not like you can't just throw muffins outside.
Sorry, I just
Birds
remember.
are
Stick
eating
them in a regenerative bag.
Or she could take all those muffins and make a spaceship out of it. That's how Goku.
Oh, yes.
That's how Goku survived in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Muffin button.
Muffin button. Click.
I didn't put a button. Where did this muffin come from?
My house.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently it's a
Christmas
portal to
left
Baroness's
over
house back
Christmas.
during that time period.
Oh, terrible.
Christmas muffin button.
Man, the thing that sucks about this conversation is I really want a muffin now.
I kind of do too. So
Do I want butter rum? Do I want pumpkin? Let's make them all.
That's what happened last time.
And we
Yeah,
don't see Baroness
Yeah,
for
that's
a
what
week.
happened
Yeah.
last time.
yeah. Well, Baron actually
She'd
gets.
have them stacked all in the background.
That would be amazing. I should definitely do that. You guys should have an
We'd
introduction.
have like a
now.
segment at the end of the episode where you would review a
Like,
different type of muffin.
To this day, any time that I make muffins, because ever so often, I'll just, I want something, so I'll just, make a dozen muffins or something. But like to this day, anytime I do that, Baron gets a little concerned. And he just kind of like slowly like, hey, what you making? How many are you
we only
making?
have a little bit of flour,
The
right?
muffin incident
The muffins.
of 1995. Should we all
Every year
have a
since
little
then-
moment of silence?
Every year since then, the General has not asked me to bring anything for Christmas breakfast, and I feel kind of bad about that, I won't lie. She
No,
wasn't
what
sure
she's
to
saying
do.
is that you've made enough to last a lifetime in that
Pretty
one
much.
Christmas.
Pretty much.
Literally.
Pretty much. Yeah. They were good muffins, though.
Mhm.
Sure they were.
They were.
I'm sure they were. I'm not lying here.
So.
The moment that something backs you inside the head from your wife.
Yeah, I was about to say, there was a moment where he was concerned. Like,
Pink box,
About to
pink
happen.
box, pink
oh,
box.
snap. This is how she gets us to change the story. She knows how to throw us off topic.
Here, Keys,
And onto
shiny.
Shiny,
I'm
shiny.
just letting the light reflect off the shiny box, so it seems like it's glowing from the heavens.
The pink is really, coming through on that camera.
Yeah, this time it is.
The pinkness of
This
the
time
box.
it is. So if you put the red box up next to it, you can actually see the difference here.
Yeah.
So,
Well then. Pull from the box.
our first table topic question of the night, gentlemen. If I can
It
get,
all happened when I was 14 years old.
if I can get it
It's
out.
gonna be something horrible at Porkchop. Won't even be able to answer. He's like, my
No,
son's in the
no,
room.
he can.
Are you kidding me?
He can. If you got
That's not a problem.
if you got a
Just kick
tattoo,
him out.
if you got a tattoo, what kind would you get and where would you put it?
Well, we already know yours.
I think we've done this question before.
Yeah, we've done this one. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I think so too.
Yeah, but do another one.
I'm asking them though. I'm asking them. How do you cope with stress? Well, Killer shoots things.
Yeah, I do.
That's how
Mine's easy,
Killer
yeah.
has like no stress. But
I drink beer.
drink beer, shoot
Alright.
things.
Lots of it. Bio avoids questions.
I look in the mirror and I say, good.
He does too.
You're good enough.
No,
Gosh darn it, people like you.
no. It's, you can't. Bio and me have been watching the Jocko podcast, and he's a retired Navy SEAL and everything, and he talks about his attitude change. Like, if something bad happens, like, good, we can do something good from this. And
Learn
that's-
from
yeah,
it and move on.
I've heard
Exactly.
of that podcast, so
It's really good.
It's really
really
good.
good.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
JockoPodcast2.com, just to put plug there.
Let's just say this: you could actually listen to it with your kid. They don't curse.
that
They actually
doesn't
make it-
sound very good.
No, but there's some powerful stuff in it, though.
Yeah, but now
Because they
I have to deal with
talk
my
like
kid.
leadership and
Yeah, leadership
he
and
uses
self-discipline.
military a lot for his examples, and
Mhm.
they talk about your kid would like the parts where he talks about martial arts because he,
Mhm.
in his opinion, everybody should learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So
Son of
he
a
talks
man.
about like
The guns
what
are
martial
clean,
arts
sir.
can do, and yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah, check it out.
I'm not opposed.
And Baroness makes muffins. That's how she deals with stress.
No, that
Here?
causes stress apparently.
Not for you.
It's like a vicious cycle. It's like, oh, I'm gonna make some muffins to relax on everything, and she gets more stress and more stress. No, I gotta make more muffins. Ah!
What if they don't like this flavor? Did I make enough of that one? Oh my god!
Yeah, pretty
Where'd
much.
the flour go?
And then, oh wait, and here's the part that completely derails your plans. I hope it's gluten free.
Thankfully, nobody in our family does that.
That would completely derail the entire
I mean,
operation.
we
Because then you have to make gluten-free versions of everything you've just
nah.
That would break her. That
Nah.
No. What she
Yeah,
do is
real
she's like,
people.
oh, gluten free. Just start shoving the muffins down their face. Here's some gluten.
I've got your gluten-free right here.
You guys make me sound like some violent,
It's called
psychopath.
air with blueberries. It's
I
gluten-free.
visited you twice.
I know, you stayed at my house. It's all good.
Twice. Yeah.
I just thought all women were, not just you.
I was
Smash.
waiting on the hand.
Accurate.
She's not in the room, guys. I'm saying.
Oh, thank God.
And then the hand has like hashtag not all women or something on it.
That would be glorious.
And just show that's
Yes.
all you see is whacked.
That would be glorious.
Technical difficulties.
Each time it flashes that out, there's like purple somewhere on your face that wasn't there before.
Aw.
Headsets over here.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm okay.
Your spirit looks more and more crushed each time. Just a little bit more.
Oh Lord. No, I go for walks to de-stress.
Oh,
See that?
that's actually good.
See that?
I go for walks and I have my core people, if you will, that listen to me for a little bit and then I feel better. So
I've always
That
just
is
powered
important.
through it. Honestly. Just like, well, gotta keep going.
Yeah.
trucking. So I've never like the whole good Jocko method or whatever. I've never done that per se. I think I'm going to from now on, but just be like, yeah, can't do anything about it now.
I mean, I got
Keep
the
going.
step one of doing is you just keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no point in
Well,
stopping.
I think a lot of people's, version of stress is way different than mine, because what a lot
Sure.
of people stress over, I just don't, whatever.
Yeah,
that's not,
I think
you know what I mean?
everyone does the same.
Mm.
Yeah, I think a lot of people end up putting more into the stressing out part than
actual
anything.
stress.
It's just natural to kind of go into that phase where, oh, but this is this, and this is all piled up here, and this isn't done, and it's due in 2 days, and I've got to get this paid. And it's
First
like,
world
look,
problems.
yeah, just like, look,
Yep.
you can
And
do it.
that's sometimes you have to take a step back and just let your mind reset itself, and that's what walking
Right.
does for me. It's just like, okay, I know I've got like 15 piles of things, and 4 more people are blowing up my phone with their own issues. It's like, stop for a minute, regroup, and now let's tackle it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
And hitting Baron.
Usually he's not around.
I
when
saw
I'm-
the bruises.
Yeah,
I see the
usually he's
bruises.
not. No,
Yes,
you
please,
didn't
please.
kill her. No, you didn't kill her.
I was
That's
waiting on
why
her to
every
flip it
time I
around and
visit,
say,
I bring a gun.
Don't tell.
I was waiting on her to flip it and say that we didn't see the bruises because all the scarring is emotional. or something. It's like, poor Baron.
Ah.
I have a feeling not poor Baron, so
I
I just
don't
have
know.
a
They
feeling,
probably
you know.
both drive you crazy.
It's like, this is for blowing
Oh, yeah,
my
we do.
eardrums out every Sunday.
That's like with every good couple. You
I
drive
think
each other
so.
crazy.
I think so. But you don't have somebody to bitch about, then you don't have a life. I agree.
I'd be more concerned if we just never bickered, because that means that you stopped caring.
Yeah, I think that's a bad sign.
I'd much rather just He's a
Yeah.
good guy too. I don't give him enough
Aw.
credit. He's a good guy.
Oh.
Our tender moment
Also,
on the show.
I can smell he's making me dinner right now, so I kind of have to be nice.
Well, you don't have to be nice to him until the 18th.
Yeah, you don't have to be nice until the 18th. When this
But
episode airs.
Today is the 18th. You
Precisely. It is the 18th.
Hello.
Rick Fly.
Come on, fourth wall guys,
Think,
come on.
McFly.
Exactly.
Oh Lord. All right. Okay, so the next question is, what's the most beautiful place you've ever seen?
As in person, or
It doesn't say, so I'm gonna leave that open ended.
And your answer should not be Auschwitz, people.
That just happened.
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
Just letting you know, it shouldn't be that. Although I've seen that, and it wasn't that beautiful.
I would hope not.
I would honestly have to say probably scuba diving,
okay.
like 60 foot down in some of the old volcanic tubes over on the North Shore. Would probably be like one of the coolest, nicest looking places I've ever been. Just because it's not something you're gonna see all the time, right? It's just like it is a different world. So I'd say that was actually my answer. I actually have a legit one. Bio.
Come on, Bio.
You two are both just staring at the
I'm
camera.
waiting for Bio to answer.
Well, I'm thinking of. I mean, I liked kind of like the harbor when I was going up to Port Jefferson, Long Island, a lot. That was pretty cool. I don't know.
Okay, while you're thinking about it, since I haven't been there, but I want to do this. See this image for real. Besides a photograph, is to be on the surface of the moon, look up into the sky, and see the Earth.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And chip
see
both
the-
balls at it?
Yeah, yeah. See if I can get a
see you
better,
doing that.
get a better golf score than one of the astronauts did. I forgot his name.
That would have been Alan Shepard.
Was that Alan Shepard?
He took
Golf
I think
club.
they had made a modified
They
club
did.
for him on 14. On Apollo 14.
Oh, yeah, they modified one of the clubs to hook up to one of the tools. Now I remember.
Yep.
Yeah, he had to do it one arm though. You couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, those pressurized suits, you don't really move around very well in.
No. So that'd be the image I want to see.
I think the most beautiful place that I've ever seen, and this is entirely subjective, so I'm just going to stick with places I've actually
Right.
been at
think
this
it's all-
point.
Yeah.
But Somerset County in Pennsylvania, with the Allegheny Mountains down there in springtime, when everything is just lush and green, and you've got the rains coming down and then evaporating in the afternoons, and just that little misty fog that
Mhm.
goes along with it is
You said it one
probably
time.
probably one of the most breathtaking. Oh God, I did, didn't I? I apologize. Well,
Don't say it two more.
I don't know, because this is a pre-recorded episode, does that mean that I
What are you
can't say
talking
it
about? This
twice?
pre-recorded.
Oh my God, you two. You keep going back and forth.
It's March the 18th.
Anyway,
It's not like we're not responding to chat right now.
it's one of the most beautiful.
Oh, Olive, that's so funny.
God, Epic! What a great little link you sent us.
Oh, that tree. Always leaving, those funny comments for our chat.
No one mentions Lyserg.
Oh,
Poor Lyserg.
not poor
Sorry.
Lyserg.
Don't
Screw
mess
him.
with
That's
Texas.
because Lyserg
Don't mess
is one
with
of
Texas.
us. That's because Lyserg is one of
One
us.
of us.
Anyway,
us.
continue. But
Yeah,
don't
sorry.
Say,
Yes,
don't
continue.
say the name again.
Oh yeah, so in Somerset County, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So that would be probably my, especially like in the early morning, when everything's coming up, and it's just one of the prettiest places I've ever seen.
Very cool.
Nice.
Bio.
After thinking a little bit more, I think I prefer, honestly, from where I'm at, whenever I had to fly up to New York from home, I often had to take like the first flight out kind of thing. So just being in the air, when the sun's coming up
Mm.
kind of thing. Because I typically obviously I'm headed into that direction. So
Right.
for the initial heading at
Yeah,
least.
I when we went to England, because I can't sleep in moving vehicles ever. It's just I can't get comfortable enough to do it. So we took the overnight flight, and we left Philadelphia in the evening, and then we were coming up to England like just as the sun was coming up, and I had a window seat, and that was probably one of the coolest sights ever. Like you're just looking, and there's the horizon, and all of a sudden just like, so it was
But you're
gorgeous.
blinded.
It was gorgeous.
I can't see now.
Like that person on Armageddon.
Airplanes are pretty cool. You get some pretty cool views up there.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
So.
So next question.
Well, okay,
Uh-oh.
this is a dumb question for you guys.
She's grinning, folks. She's grinning.
No, this-
she's
this-
trying to kind of hold it back.
This is
little
no. It's not a bad it's a dumb question for this group. What would you wear if you didn't worry about what people thought?
I think the only rational answer is nothing.
Yeah.
And
No, I
once
sunburn
again,
too easy.
once again, I am so glad that I also have the inability to picture people naked. Hello. All right, Bio's the first one to actually answer the question.
What I'm hearing here is Killer Baka.
Ah.
I don't know. I don't care. Well, no, okay. I I have to give a specific answer because if I don't, then I'm gonna get called out on this later. Okay, because on Sundays, I have this pair of pajama pants.
Right.
That you've seen them before, my Cookie Monster pajama pants, and they're ridiculously comfortable. But I have this thing on Sunday mornings or Saturday mornings when I'm going to do errands. I'm usually talking with people, beforehand, and then I have to make the statement, I should probably go get dressed before I go on my errands because, people tend to look at you funny when you're 32 years old and wearing Cookie Monster pajama pants. So, for the purposes of this question, I would say I would go and do my errands in the Cookie Monster pajama pants if I didn't care.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calvin, still nobody cares what you're talking about. God, he's been at this for a month.
I really am just a jeans and t-shirt guy.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I mean, I am really most comfortable in that. So that'd probably still be my answer, and that's pretty much what I wear all the time. Bad thing. I really don't care. That's I mean, that's why you said this was a ridiculous question.
Yeah, because you guys just don't
You see me on camera,
care.
and you know I don't care.
No.
Bio actually went on a rant one time with a similar question. It's like, really? I don't care. I will wear it I want.
I do what I want.
Well, y'all have that one time when your dad or mom wore that ridiculous outfit and you had to be beside him.
Oh my God, you have no idea.
No,
There
I
are photos somewhere. I will try and find them because I'm sure my sister has them. I will try and find them for. They won't go on Twitter. It's way too embarrassing. But my mom, when we were teenagers, had this pair, and I don't know where she got them, but they were fluorescent neon pink balloon windbreaker pants. So like you've got the MC Hammer cut in the windbreaker material in fluorescent pink, and she loved them.
Nice.
So we would go on vacation, and we'd be walking around, and she would insist on wearing these pants, and people would be like slowing down and taking pictures of her on the street and honking their horns, and my mom was just like, "Hi," I'm like,
I'm hearing
"Why are you
Can't Touch
doing
This
these
in the back
things?"
of my head the entire time you're describing it.
You're hearing what?
Can't touch this.
You can't touch this.
And we're that's not locked off.
Oh my God. And she's so proud of them too. She would do this. She would do this on purpose. And my sister, we tried stealing them. We tried hiding them. She would always find them. She would always find them again. It's like, oh. So.
Well, my stepdad, he's not a huge man by any means, but he's not like super small. He was probably he slimmed down a lot, but he was probably like 250. And he worked at a grain elevator, a co-op. He was the manager, right? So they had these just button-up shirts that had the stripes on them, pinstriping, the typical work shirt thing.
Yeah.
He would come home and keep that shirt on, have his sock, cowboy boots, and then he'll put these pair of shorts on, and I called them the hot air balloon shorts because they were 4 panels, and they were like the blue, purple, green, and yellow.
Oh my
So it looked like
God.
a hot air balloon, and he would walk around like that, and we would actually go to dinner sometimes like that.
Oh my God!
Nice.
That's amazing.
With the trucker hat,
Yeah.
the buttoned-up shirt, the balloon shorts, socks, and his boots.
That is
Hey,
amazing.
he's been working all day. He's
Yep.
done.
And you know what? I learned the first time he did that, I kind of went, oh God, I don't want to be seen with him. Then the second time he did it, goes, well, he's going to keep doing this because he knows it annoys everybody. So just get over it. They're going to be laughing at him, not me, whatever. And then so once I got over it, he would be like, man, I'm not bothering you anymore. And I go, no, hey, enjoy it. Do what you want. And he was like, so he kind of quit doing it around me, but he would still do it around all my brothers.
That is amazing.
So yes. There's other ones, but that's the notorious one. Ask my brothers if you ever meet them about the hot air balloon shorts.
I was waiting on this story to turn into, so when I got old enough, I bought my own pair. It's got to go full circle at the end.
That would be amazing.
The cat's in the cradle, and the silver
That'll be your
spoon.
Christmas gift one year. You'll open up a box and there they'll be, and you'll be, oh, I am truly a man now.
Circle is complete. And I would wear them to embarrass anybody. Especially now, I see where my father,
Was coming
father
from?
was going with all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it now.
It's amazing what we learn after growing up, what our parents did. It's like, that was the lesson they were trying to teach.
They were just saying, do whatever you want. I didn't have to watch an after-school special to learn that one. It's going on in my living room and at the restaurant.
At the restaurant, yes.
At the restaurant.
It happened a few times. And he would wear them on vacation, too.
Oh,
But he'd wear tennis shoes with them. And, and a different shirt.
Well, yeah, because it's vacation.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's vacation.
you don't wear work boots on vacation.
And, yeah, exactly. Although, wear boots all the time.
I do.
Because that's what he liked. He had cowboy boots. But he did have tennis shoes for shorts. And I think that's because my mom made him.
Mm.
And she bought him white socks. My mom used to dress him when we go on vacation a lot. No, you're wearing these.
Amazing.
All right.
Next question.
We have to go back in time a little bit, guys.
Uh-oh.
If you were going to college in the fall, what would you study?
Waiting for Girl.
Hey, guys. Is there a good Asian studies program here? No, not that one. Well, I am the one who's recently been
Can it be
to
women's
college,
Asian studies?
so- Yeah, there you go. It makes it somehow. I have a feeling that's not what it would be, but it's what I would think it would be when I signed up.
Oh.
And then I would sit down and everyone's
It's all
glaring
just a bunch
at
of
me.
white guys. It's all a bunch of white guys.
Oh, I figured that I would sit down, everyone's glaring at me, and emblazoned on the very first slide is like proof that the patriarchy exists or something, and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna have to drop this class. It's getting awkward.
Awkward.
That's why everybody's staring at me.
You're not in your safe space there.
Yeah, I'm not my
Just saying.
I would do what I did before, which is science. I think I would. So the reason I ended up withdrawing from that was I wasn't satisfied with the pacing so much, and it was partially how expensive it was being an out-of-state student up there. Was very much I had saved up a war chest to go up there and pay for stuff, and I quickly ran into, oh crap, everything up here is super expensive, and I've been saving up for years in a place where the cost of, I would have been probably paid, if I did the job here that I'd done, if I did it up there, what I did here to save up, I would have probably gotten at least 10 grand more a year to save away that I didn't have, so it's just like, ugh. Because I enjoyed it. I think there were some problems with the way they teach science kind of at the lower level, where I would just do terribly in the theory side, but when it was time to actually do an experiment, I'd end up like teaching all the kids around me, like, no, you do this. Here, no, you add it like this, and measure this, and all that jazz. Like, I was teaching people how to use a microscope and all. And just, really? They didn't teach you guys how to use a microscope in high school? Okay. So yeah, I think I would have gone back and done science. Science again. I don't know if I would have focused on one. Maybe like electrical engineering.
Yeah,
that's real interesting.
I was gonna say let's assume that it's for this fall, so our
Yeah,
past
I would
our past
electrical
educations
engineering.
are still in play. So
Oh.
what would you go for? So if you're
No.
going electrical engineering,
Yeah,
I was
think I'd do
always-
electrical engineering.
I was always more of a mechanical engineering girl, and that's what I was accepted for at Penn State and should have
Right.
stuck with.
Yeah.
So I was actually looking at their program again, like, well, I'm done next September. What do I want to do with the rest of my?
Hey, go for it.
So, well,
I'm not
Good.
gonna lie. I would not go back to school.
No?
I don't want to learn anything else. I've learned it all.
Well,
Well, you should just
and
die
is
then.
this presuming
Yes.
that like money is no object or anything?
Yeah,
It's
money's
just
no
what you
object,
do?
But,
Okay.
yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If no money, I still wouldn't go to school. I hate
No.
school.
Yeah.
But
No,
now
I understand.
let's go back in time, and if I was, starting college again and doing it,
Right.
I debated into going into conservation science, be
Okay.
a conservation agent,
Yeah.
and I probably would actually stick with that. The reason I didn't is because I looked at it and go, you know what, it's going to be super hard to get a job. Money's not that great. Yeah, I was looking at it in a
Right.
realistic way,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
I think, obviously what I've learned now is you can make any job work.
Yeah.
With some,
fit
with
within
some,
what you
yeah.
want to do. Yeah, you know what I mean. I mean, with
Mhm.
most jobs, you know what I mean. Like an actual real job, you can make it work.
See, and I'd kind of
Probably would've
modify.
stuck with that.
I kind of modify my answer in such a way with that as well, because I honestly think, especially in this era with the internet, that I could learn electrical engineering without having to go to university. I could at least get the material for it. Now, I still think so. I disagree with people who say that there's just no point in college. Period. There are people who say, "Oh, you could totally learn the same stuff as a biology major and not go to college." Well, true, but A, are you that disciplined? And B, how are you going to get any reinforcement that your thought process is wrong? Which
Right.
is,
Well,
where I sucked in chemistry theory on the those exams was, I either didn't get the formula correct in my head or something like that. And it's very much a fact of, if I thought I knew it going in. I really did. So I think there's still a point where there has to be some reinforcement coming back to you to say,
Right.
okay, no, you got that wrong, or you're
Or-
going about this the wrong way.
Or vice versa, because I mean, Hax and I were talking about education the other day too, and I brought up the example of, I spent a good chunk of, my primary education in homeschool, which is great for
Right.
a lot of things, but for things like when I was
Right.
studying math, I had the concepts down, I understood what was going on, but then in the application part, because I flipped digits, like I would keep getting the wrong answer when I was going through, and then I'd start
Right,
second
right.
guessing myself. Like, well, I thought I knew this. I keep reading. This is what I'm supposed to do. So what am I doing wrong? And thank God that my sister, is better at that even than I am, because she would look and she would just be
Right.
like, "No, you have everything right. I mean, your understanding is on there. It's just you flipped like this 1 and 2 should have been reversed, or
I've done that before.
yeah." I mean, I would do it all the time.
I would always get the rules wrong. That's what I've done in science and math. Always get the rules wrong. So it'll be, once again, I can do the experiment because the experiment's just a procedure. You've got this. You understand how this interacts with this. Mix this together in the right proportions. Add heat for adding energy to the system if you need to, or whatever to get the reaction. Get it where it needs to be temperature wise, and you're done, pretty much. So it was always the theory, kind of like what you said, where I'd look and get something kind of mixed up, which is hilarious because when I was doing physics, they were getting us to do all these things that were kind of dumb, really in hindsight, because then you would talk to like your TA who's in graduate school themselves for physics, and they'd just be like, "Oh, we just do that all on a computer." It's like, well, why are they making me do it by hand then?
It's the same way when you take calculus. I
Mhm.
mean, it's all about, so if you can do it by hand, and you can do it, and that means you understand it.
Yeah.
That it's just approving the understanding.
Right.
Anybody can
It's
put it
just
in
it's
a
really
computer
funny
program and
because
put it in, but
Yeah.
you have to actually understand it, because the
Right.
understand you don't even use a lot of it. I've been told.
Right.
It's just, but the
Right.
understanding helps you in other things, and you don't
Well,
see
here's-
that until these other things pop up. That's the problem.
Here's where it gets kind of funny, though. Going back to kind of what you were saying about preparing you for a job. When I was working in programming, we would get an intern every summer. After, I think I was the second intern, but we started bringing in more that were more programming oriented, since I had the kind of the system administration side covered. And we'd pull them in, and you'd just be shocked how many people, they'd be in like their next to last year in computer science, and they couldn't do anything really. They were just like, "Oh, well, I can crank out this Java example or something." You'd look and go, "Yeah, but that's not that's not going to prep you for a job at all." So then we would end up being the ones to kind of teach them, like, here's what you do. And especially in programming, it's a lot of source code samples. You send them to the web more than anything, on like, here's how you do this, here, check out this sample, or hey, here's a project that kind of did this, download this off of our server, take a look at it. So we would kind of provide they would understand concepts, but they wouldn't have any real practice unless they were, had that drive to kind of do it on their own.
Right.
It's just
No, I know
really
what you mean,
interesting. It's kind of like for different, depending on the field, there's kind of a balance between what school can teach you and just stuff that you're only going to pick up, in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been, you learn more in the school about actual life because you have crappy professors. Guess what? You have crappy workers. You have crappy employers, stuff. You've got to learn to deal with them.
Yeah.
It's
Like a couple of
on
on-taps ago.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it was a couple of on-taps ago, I was mentioning the dreaded, this may have been in person, actually, after a show, but the dreaded group project that one of your general education classes inevitably puts you in, which you normally end up just hating everybody, at least one person in the group, if not several, if not all of them.
Yeah.
And I kind of wonder if they just do that on purpose. They're like, let's get all the people who actually do the work, and let's make sure that they're in the crappiest group with, like, the person who thinks they know everything but doesn't do anything.
Yep.
The person who's just like, I don't even like being in class, man. I'm gonna skip next week. And of course, the person who wants to tell everybody else what to do, and then does their own version of it when people don't agree with them.
Yep.
And then shows up to class with it. That gets awkward. Happened in my group once.
Did it?
Yeah, we had 2 different PowerPoint presentations for one presentation, and I was just looking like, okay, how are we going to do this?
Luckily, I didn't have too many bad experiences with that part, but I had crappy professors, and you got to learn to deal with them.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And,
you do.
You've had good ones, so you just, you had the class where you had to sit in with 500 other kids, taking your first year biology and whatever, and then I've had the classes where you literally got like 5 of you in the class.
Yeah. Let me tell you, it's just as bad. When I was taking chemistry, there were some kids behind us talking about League of Legends, like every single class. Let me tell you, if I ever run into anybody who plays League of Legends a lot and talks about to the level they are, I may just have to hurt a fool.
Wow.
Because it was so annoying. Every single class. Like, do you have anything else to do except for play this game?
No, because they weren't getting laid.
Killer makes a good point. Killer makes a good point.
Killer, do you like League of Legends?
No.
Speaking of Killer, what would you pick?
Actually, this is kind of funny because I was talking to a coworker. He was talking about getting into gunsmithing because there's an actual college near in Oklahoma that actually is certified by the NRA to be
14-month college, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That'd be interesting, actually.
So I've always wanted. I don't regret. I kind of wish I had done something more mechanical engineering than computer science.
Sure.
Because at the time everyone's like, "Oh, I'll just get in game development." No. I hate it.
I love how many people say that. And then when I hear them say it, I'm in my head. I'm just like, I'm waiting to see that moment when your dreams are crushed on this. And it's not that I want to see it. It's just I know I'm gonna see it because so many people have a misconception of how that industry works.
Yeah.
That
it's
and
just like
criminal
you
justice.
Just get into business programming. Yeah.
People who get into criminal justice because they like CSI or they like, name any one of the other cop shows and they think that they're gonna be playing scientists, and it doesn't work that way.
Well,
it really doesn't work that way.
It's really the same way for science. I mean, science is very tedious and long work. I mean,
detailed, very detailed.
Yeah, it's not like you just suddenly everybody kind of sees the end result when so and so released this paper that said black holes actually act this way, and you read that and you're like, whoa! And typically you're reading what a science writer or a science editor has described because they're taking the scientific language and stepping it down for the mass public. And everybody's like, that's how science works. Nope.
Lots of math.
There's a lot of failure involved.
Boring years.
There's a lot of math. There's a lot of failure involved. There's
on one discovery.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not going to be like, okay, on to the next project. I've solved climate change or whatever. It's like, no, didn't work like that.
Nope.
And that's why we always have, trans fats are going to kill you one
year,
decade, and then the next decade it turns out
they're the best thing ever.
Trans fats, everybody's dying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Always learning. It's the pursuit of knowledge.
Exactly. All right. Do we want to do one more question before we let Porkchop back to his daily life?
I don't have a daily life.
Oh,
Aww. Therefore, we need to do one more question.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one. What book are you reading right now?
Well, Killer's.
Yeah.
Let's say Killer's about to grab it. He
Well,
showed it a few weeks
technically,
ago.
I won't be reading it on the 18th.
Yeah, hopefully you'll be done by today.
It'll be done.
You dick.
I'm not reading a book.
Really?
I don't even know the last time I read a book.
What's wrong with you?
I'm always reading books.
I have a
I'm
life.
not reading one right now.
What?
My wife reads
That's 2 of you.
100.
Well, because I've finished what I've been trying to read.
What are you
I've-
trying to
I've
read?
been
What did
I've
you
been
just
helping edit
finish?
Stuff. Well, the novel my friend's working on.
That's
Oh,
right.
right.
So,
right,
yeah,
right.
I've been
Okay.
working on that.
Okay.
Better than
Okay.
me.
Well, Baroness, what book are you reading?
Yeah, what are
Well,
you
you
reading?
know I'm always reading multiple books. So, actually, is it down here? Yeah, it is.
Read them at the same time.
No, I do because they're usually different topics, and then I switch off depending on what. Because, like, for example, so
My wife.
one of the ones I'm reading
I
right
can't do
now
that.
is, and this is taking me a while because there's a lot of interesting stuff, but it's Alex's Adventures in Numberland, which is like a, kind of walk through different, mathematical concepts from like creating the number system and what different cultures use. And it's incredibly detailed and fun, and I like it a lot. But I also switch off with, some fiction stuff here and there. I don't know if I want to admit this because everyone's been keeping it a secret for a while.
Admit it.
You're staring me down, Killer. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable with that.
Say it!
All right, well, let me preface this by saying I think it's total and complete bullshit that the Amazon Kindle store right now does not let you purchase Stranger in a Strange Land, because that was going to be the next
You
up on my
haven't-
list.
Really?
It does. They don't have it. No. So
Are you
I have.
kidding me?
No,
I'll just send you it. I'll send you a book.
I'm sure I could just walk down to the library and get it, but I'm lazy, and it's easier if it's on my Kindle because that way it goes around with me and I just pick it up and yes, things happen. But,
I'm so proud of you.
well, you're not gonna be in a minute because,
What?
so even though Heinlein's books have been on my list for a while, I might be starting book 3 of Asimov's Robot series tonight.
Oh, that's okay. That's a good series.
Really?
too. I like that series.
You're not angry at all?
No. Asimov and Heinlein are some of my favorite old school science fiction writers. Although I like Heinlein better.
I was pretty sure that you'd be a little more upset
Oh,
because
no.
I told you I would read Heinlein first.
Oh, no.
So I've been hiding my reading from you for the last month, and for no good reason.
Don't you mean 2 months?
Oh yeah, by this point, yeah, 2 months. They're good though. I wasn't expecting to like them as
Oh, yeah.
much as I did, and yeah.
I think you'll like the Foundation series more too.
Well, that comes after, but yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
I do have I have the samples for The Moon is a Harsh Mistress and Starship Troopers on my Kindle right now. So whichever one I like the start of better is the one I'll end
You'll
up
probably
finishing. But yeah,
Moon's a Harsh Mistress better.
I
Probably.
need to get that one as well.
I was Stranger in a Strange Land was my first choice, and then The Moon is a Harsh Mistress was my second choice. But because
Yeah.
for whatever
have-
reason, it's
That's
like this
weird.
is unavailable right now. I was like, what the hell do you mean? How does what? It's one of the most influential
It's been
books of
1984.
Oh, well, 1984, I have a regular copy, and it's right there. It's always within arm's reach when I'm writing, so
Mm.
I do like that book quite a bit. But anyway,
Although, see, if this is the 18th, I'll just finish. No, Extreme Ownership. I'll probably be rereading the Monster Hunter series again.
Okay.
well,
I
by the 18th, I will probably have read the.
You mean today, right?
Yes, by today.
By the end of today, she was saying.
By the end of
Oh.
tonight, when we're done with the show, I will have probably finished reading the book that that you showed a minute ago, Jocko's book.
Oh yeah.
So, because that's on my thing too.
Good.
So
Good.
I know, right? So yes, I've always got multiple books going on.
You readers.
I know.
Sorry. Oh wait, no, I'm not.
And on that note,
Yeah.
I'm getting a
I
little
see it.
uncomfortable here.
Are you kidding? My
Oh,
wife,
bite me,
just
killer.
like you, she reads a ton of books, and she's always got like 2 or 3 open because it depends on her mood.
I like how you did the air quotes. Oh,
Aw.
terrible.
I
Well,
know.
we are. We
If
are.
you ever met my wife, you would she would never hit anybody.
Never?
But I like to say she does. No, she wouldn't. And I pushed her to the point I should have been hit. Let's just put it that way.
Wow.
Too nice. And evidently brain dead because she's still married to me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what her problem.
I'm going to assume one day that she's just going to let it all out, and there are going to be
Oh God.
a
Yeah.
huge kill count. Huge kill count.
A chance.
Yeah.
I'm willing to live with it for now.
Yeah. Roll those dice.
Exactly. Well, I'll be the first one dead. Who do I care after?
Yeah. Good point there.
That's true.
Good point.
Not like I'm going to hide from her.
Oh, killer! I
Oh,
botched something
yeah.
important.
What'd you do?
Cause I was about to wrap up the show and I realized I don't have. You're gonna have to do my ending for me. I don't have a drink down here to raise a glass to.
Oh, well, then. Everyone, have a good night and get the fuck out.
Cheers, everyone.